Welcome everybody to StepFans and Chill morning show with the late night feel. Mikey Winfield here. The E, it stands for something. I ain't had nothing clever to say, so today is just E. Pisces season, baby. Maybe it's not February, but it always is. Big fish in the building. What's happening? Thank y'all for tuning in to a very special episode, you guys. This is such a special episode because, you know, we take new approaches, we do different things, and I really thank you all for coming along with this ride. You know, making this thing happen, man. Like traveling with me and watching this thing just evolve to something just so huge, you know. Man, you know me, man. You know me. I love to laugh. You know, I love comedy. You know, what y'all may not know about me is off stage, I turn it off. I do. I turn it off, man. I turn off the funny, especially when women are present, man. Like, that's how I got my first wife. So I see how, if I'm too funny, I see how these women are looking at me, and I'm just like, nah, man, I can't have that. I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to stay focused. I'm trying to get work done. And a lot of times, if you are not focused, you won't get work done. And so I turn it off, man, and I just like let the work be the work and let the energy be the energy on these stages in front of these cameras. And welcome everybody, StepFans and Chill. You know, I say all that to say, man, shouts out to Jayden Daniel's mom. Not because I'm a fan of moms. I mean, publicly, everyone knows. I'll go for the mom. You know, if you're unfamiliar with this guy, he is the quarterback for the Washington Commanders. If you do not know the Washington Commanders, they are a NFL football team. And Jayden Daniel's mom is protecting her prize. This is her son, who she acts as his manager, his agent, and really what she's trying to do is distance him from distractions, AKA women publicly. And a lot of people are knocking her. They're like, oh, she needs to stay out of it. She needs to stay out of her business. He doesn't owe her anything. And, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to give you a strong opinion on whether he owes her anything or not, you know, but it takes a strong parent to take you to all them practices, to line you up. It's a lot of sacrifice involved in youth sports, you know, getting a kid, you know, think about it. There are 0% of people in the NFL. There's that few spots. So to make a professional sports team, that is the highest level of sports. And all these people want to say what his mom shouldn't and should not do. I think it's you. I think you are the ones that should mind your business. You know, the average NFL career is 4 years. So what? She gonna cock block him for 4 years? So what? Let her. So we got the record straight. I'm siding with Jayden Daniel's mom. And I don't mean to be disrespectful and not have her name. I could really track that down. But I know that, who am I to call her by her name? I don't know her, you know, Mrs. Daniels. Do you know how I feel too? Regina Jackson. I support Regina Jackson. Thank you. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. You know, there are several times women are going to be there for the rest of his life. So you telling me that it's a problem because he can't have a social life right now? He could. He could just discontinue that relationship with his mom. But no, he's doing the right thing. She's doing the right thing. All you hoes, stay out the circle. This man is throwing incredible passes. This man is near. He could potentially make the Super Bowl. That's your dream. That's your dream. All these people that's telling him, oh no, his mom's in the way. She's stopping all these women. These women need to be stopped. All right? Who they trying to get? They trying to get the big fish. They trying to compromise him. They're trying to distract him, take away from practice, from film study, from working out. And all these women, yeah, I can bring value to his life. We don't need your value. We need his mom. And you haters out there, you haters is like, oh, see, that's what happens when the son gets older. The mom tries to treat him like that's his boyfriend. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not in their family. Maybe you're projecting. Maybe that's bad relationships you've seen. I see nothing but positivity in a mom making sure her son doesn't run off and just, what? He probably has, a woman or two or something. Maybe he doesn't. But what he doesn't need right now is somebody to take his mind off what has been his goal his entire life. Women will be there. That's not changing. And those of you who wouldn't do it that way, look at your life. Huh? Look at your life right now. Yeah. That's all I got on that. I didn't even mean to start off with like all the sports stuff, but sports is hot right now. This is actually probably my favorite time of the year if we talking about sports. I love NBA playoffs. I love the start of baseball season. Oh, that's exciting. But then there's drama. There's always drama. There's a player by the name of RG3 who played when they were called the Washington Redskins. He had a nice little take on Caitlin Clark. Are you familiar with Caitlin Clark? She's the guard for the Indiana Fever in the newly acquired, everybody's watching it now, WNBA. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know this place existed. Now people are watching the games. And there's another player. Her name is Angel Reese. There's been a little history between the two that started in college basketball. They didn't go to the same college, but they played each other, and there was a lot of good media-driven drama created. And that drama, along with sensational talent, has brought a lot more eyes on the WNBA. We've been trying to figure out, and by we, I mean the world, of how to get people to watch the WNBA. There's been tons of offers. Lower the rim. Women are like, no. There's been like, I don't know, wear skimpier clothes. People are like, no, that's an insult. And there's finally people watching, and it comes from new acquired talent into the league, and that's really great. But Ryan Clark had a take. He said that, no, I'm sorry. RG3 had a take, and he just said he feels Angel Reese hates her. And Ryan Clark had a response, and he just said that RG3 can't really relate to this situation because his wife is white. Oh, whoa. All right, people. There's been unwritten rules for years. Unwritten rules is we can have all the beef we want. This is even in battle rap, where they just go as low as possible, but what's off limits? Wife and kids. That's always been the unwritten rule. That's more why people are mad at Ryan Clark. Now, listen, there's people that's like, maybe that's true. Maybe that's false. Whatever. They've had opinions. Maybe it is true. Maybe he doesn't have this, that, and that connection. But it goes against the unwritten rules. Even gangsters respect those rules. Wife and kids? No, that's not allowed when we beefing. It's me and you. You could talk about my clothes, my money, my wardrobe. You can talk about how ugly I am. But nobody can talk about my kids and my wife. All right? We've known that for years. And people want Ryan Clark fired. Whoa! Whoa! Now listen, it's wrong. as I in my heart feel Ryan Clark is for attacking RG3 on him having his European wife, fire him? Y'all need to chill. I'm talking all of y'all at the house. All of y'all to get mad he need to lose his job. You know how hard it is to find work? Listen to this. Hey, man, I don't know. Turn the volume down right now because I'm about to say a bad word. All of y'all that's trying to get anybody fired, y'all are assholes. Stop trying to get people to lose their job because you disagree. It ain't even that serious. The man is talented. He has good sports takes. Maybe he dropped the ball on this one, but you ever been wide receiver? Sometimes you drop the ball. That's what happens in the world. Should he lose his job? Man, I don't know if anybody should lose their job. You got Shannon Sharp out here wilding out, recording all his sexual experiences, being exploited and, extorted for money. Should he lose his job? No. He's a little more interesting now. Should Tiger Woods, nobody was like, kick him out of golf. Nah, he got more interesting when we found out he had random holes all across the universe. Now his golf game suffered, but he was definitely more interesting. Stop trying to get people fired. You know what that stems from? That stems from you. That's a core problem. That's a you unhappy problem. Because you know who are not trying to get people fired? Successful people. Successful people not like, yeah, he need to lose his job for that. Because guess what we don't have? It's time for that. Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't want to come big baller this time. I didn't want to jump in here with my bag of success. I don't normally even tell people. Everybody know I fly under the radar for a reason. But guess what I'm doing? I'm doing well, all right? Life has been good. I listen well. I stay to the side. I stay in my bag. I stay in my pocket. And I chill. And you know what I don't do? I don't go out here trying to get people to lose their job because they had an opinion on something. Yo, why we only do that to famous people? Huh? Why are we only doing that? Then again, man, y'all do that to famous people. Y'all just want people to lose their job. People they don't agree with you and they write some wild stuff on Facebook. Then you want the barista. Nah, she make the best coffee. Y'all trying to get her a cut? So what? She gonna work somewhere else eventually? You saying she should never work again? Where are you coming up with this silliness? Where's this deep hatred where you feel like, I don't know, you try to elevate yourselves in a way. Maybe that's the case, man. But you know what's wrong, man? I don't know. I think nowadays, the air is a drug because everybody's breathing it and saying wild stuff. Why do you think 100 men can beat a gorilla? Who told you this? Where are you getting this information? Now listen, I know some crazy people that are probably, if it was in 100 circle, I know some crazy ones that would probably, go and make the first move, but all 100 of them ain't gonna be crazy. And let's just say it was 100 of them, they gonna lose. It's a gorilla. Like, who's really gonna take the first punch? Who's really like, why you think you think a human punch is about to phase a gorilla? That'll probably be the first time we witness a gorilla laugh. You know how you just see them? That'll probably be the first time you see a gorilla go, you like, well, what was that? What just happened? That was wild, yo. You just saw a gorilla giggle. It'll probably be the first time you witness it. Listen, people, tune in for this one. Tune in, you guys. Everybody looking for that special take. Everybody want that take that's going to change the world, man. And maybe this is it right here. You guys, I'm going to look at the camera for this one. Y'all lucky that gorillas can't read. Listen, people, if they was on social media looking at this trash, they'd be like, what? What? 100? Bring 1,000 of these motherfuckers. Beat that out. they'd be like, what? What? They would be so, they would just not understand the stupidity of humans. Humans are bored and just writing stuff. Yeah, you can capture, a human can capture you, but you just talking about a straight off brawl? Don't let there be trees around. This fool would jump in the tree. We don't got humans that just could jump in a tree and swing. Man, I'm tired of this silliness, man. I think we just bored. People don't have nothing to talk about, so they come up with stuff that's just more fiction, and we just looking for more fiction and more things to create, and it's just all ridiculousness, man. I think we all got to come back to our core and our source, man. Sometimes you just got to start over, you know? How you get hyped? How do y'all get hyped, man? It's a couple things, man. There's certain people's highlights I watch. Sometimes I watch highlights, you know, and I'm like, whose highlights do I need? Is it some Derrick Rose highlights? Is it Kyrie highlights? Or there's interviews. I always jump into a Tupac interview, or my favorite of all time, the best interviewer, or should I say interviewee of all times. You all know it. You might forget, but the best interviewee of all time, Muhammad Ali. Nobody is a better interview than prime, and even past his prime, Muhammad Ali. You want some entertainment, you want someone that's brilliant, someone who was wise beyond his years, go back and look. And some of that stuff, man, it gets me hyped. It's like that first sip of coffee. It's like listening to that J album that you forgot about from like 99. You know, some of them lyrics, you just ingest it. Some people, you know, might read the right verse in the Bible and just focus on that all day. Like, however you decide to get on your, you know, get on your up, get on your get your fired up self. I think we need to, you know, practice it more and get on it. And there's different ways to approach it. And I do different things every day, you know. But I'm finding that I'm a few people. As much as I often want to just be what myself is, I think myself is a lot, you know, because if I'm with myself, no one else is around. Before coffee, I'm a little moody, and I'm fine with staying there long as no one else is around me. When people around me and I haven't had it, I'm like, I feel bad because I'm not going to be cool. I'm going to just have a stench, just a unhappy stench. And do I have to be happy all the time? No. But there's people that I'm around, and if I'm not there, you know, because I haven't had my coffee, I'm just not fun to be around. I'm just a little crank, a little bad vibe, you know, and I know that about myself. So I prefer, if I'm feeling that way, I should just be by myself. But, I mean, loved ones are supposed to understand this. I think you're supposed to be able to communicate with people and say, hey, I don't feel my best today. This is what you're going to get. I think that's very sweet and wise to do. If you can do that, then you'll probably have a lot of growth, you know, after my coffee. No, not even after. During. This is newfound. I don't know. Call it what you want. But during my coffee, I like to be alone. Because, man, my brain is on some positive spiral. I'm on some feel good. I'm on some generating thoughts. And I feel like that's one of my gifts, man. Like, once I pencil these thoughts and ideas to the page, That's what I'll have to give. That'll be my legacy. It'll just be content of original ideas on page one day and videos that people will view and read and say, oh man. But after, don't get me wrong, man. I like I like being around people. I really do. It's exciting and it's fun. I feel like the older people get, the more they try to isolate themselves and they look at it as a positive, like, shoot, I don't like being around nobody. That's not a great thing. Like, what are you bragging about that you're like isolating yourself because you're irritated by humanity? Like, all you're doing is distancing yourself and going off to this thing. Like, that's nothing to be proud of as well. Some people rely on you. Some people need your energy. And, you should be grateful that people want to be around you. So this whole I get older, I don't like to be around people thing, I don't know. Grow out of it. Consider it. Consider that it's not always about you. We have a writer. Let's see what this writer is. And people were like, well, why is this show a special edition of StepFans and Chill? Man, I ain't even going to say that out loud. I ain't going to say it out loud. Here we go, man. Look at this. My neighbor generously started cutting my grass when I was traveling a lot for work, which I greatly appreciated. I started a new role with no travel, and I want to start doing my yard work again. Okay, I see no problems in this. I really enjoy working around the house, and I prefer bagging the grass. He doesn't. Okay. Okay. A few weeks ago, he started mowing while I was weed whacking. I flagged him down, thanked him, and told him I was hoping to do it to get some exercise. Then the next week, I came home from work and the grass was cut. So I apparently didn't communicate it well. All right, listen. Here's my take. Well, let's read this last sentence. He's a fantastic neighbor, and I don't want to be rude or ungrateful. How can I politely ask him to stop? Listen, I'm not here to downgrade your problem. There's people going through all types of things. You have someone who won't stop doing your yard work. Wow. Now, that's a problem that people would love to have, but I get it. As someone who likes to just dive into work, I get it. Sometimes you need something. You need to go pull out those weeds. You need to dig those holes just so you can just have your mind somewhere and take it away from the rest of the world's chaos. I think your neighbor would be very understanding if you just said, I really appreciate you, but this is what I need for my own soul. This is the work I need to do, and I'm thankful for you. I really am, and I appreciate it that you do this. I just need to do it myself, and it's not just about the work being done. It's just something I need for myself, and he will understand. And if he doesn't, what you do is throw a rock through his window and ruin the complete relationship. And once it's ruined, he's never going to cut your grass again. It's tough, man. But I get you. You just want to do this yourself, even though he's doing great work. And you are not wrong for feeling that way. It's just what it is, man. I got stuff that only I want to do. So if someone comes to do this for me, no. You could have got it great. It's just not how I want it done. I need to do this. Self-awareness is the biggest understanding of yourself that can change your life in positive ways. I hope that you all learn something about yourself, follow through and practice it. And don't go against it. When you know who you are and what you do, Be that. It's not under everybody's standards all the time, but be that. It's what makes you you. Even if it's negative, it is what it is. Understand it. Man, I thank you all. I thank you all for tuning in. I thank you all for being a part of this process. You know, hey neighbor, the other neighbor, the one that's doing the work and cutting the grass. Hey, we applaud you as well. You just out here making the neighborhood beautiful, but your services aren't needed. Don't get offended. Don't hold a grudge. Don't decide not to do other people's yards. You did the right thing. You did a great thing. I don't want people's experiences to taint them and ruin them for the rest of their lives. You know, those of you that had those relationships and something bad happened early and now you take that into another relationship. No, you're dealing with a new person. You be aware of these things, but don't let it ruin the relationship. These people come into your life and they bring something new and different. And we need to grow. We need to learn from it. Look at me on my Martin Luther Mikey Winfield this week. Here changing the world. StepFans and chill, you guys. Thank you for tuning in.